It's devotional time. We're here at my wife's favorite place, Circle K. I think actually my wife owns stock in Circle K. Not reviewing the Diet Coke though. We're gonna talk about their coffee, which again have high hopes for. Gonna hand that off to Emma. What do we do here? Receipt. Emma's gonna go pick that up so I'm not littering. What do we do here? One verse devotionals, right? I give you one verse. Devotional, get in, get out, get you on your way quick. I'm not gonna say that. I almost said it again. I almost said I'm not gonna tie you up, but that didn't go so well last time. All right, so we have been camped out because we're not trying to get through the Bible. We've got to get the Bible through us. 1 Corinthians chapter 3. Focus on verse 6, but I'm going to read a little more than that. Verse 5. What then is Apollos? What is Saul? Servants through whom you believed, as the Lord assigned to each. I planted, Apollos watered, but God gave the growth. So neither he who plants nor he who waters is anything, but only God who gives the growth. Today I want to focus on the last part of verse 6. God gave the growth. Okay? So we were talking about how we gotta be encouraged to plant and water. There's power in the seed. Yesterday we talked about how there's purpose in the planting. Today we want to talk about how it's God, how God is responsible for the results. And now this has been something we've been talking about for 2 weeks at the church. Last week, the week before, how it's God who's responsible for the results. God is the one who produces. How does it say it here? It is God who gives the growth. God doesn't need our money. He doesn't need our time. He doesn't need any of that. God is sufficient. He is responsible for the growth. He's got the power to make things grow, to do miracles, to change people's hearts. It's the seed that has the power. I told you that. The message of the cross. But sometimes I think we feel like we're responsible for the results, or like we have to, if we're planting and watering, we've got to somehow, in human terms, gauge our success. As a pastor, that can be difficult because sometimes in our human mind, we think, okay, our success is based on how many people are at church on Sunday, or how high the tithes and offerings are, things like that. Because we're humans and we want to quantify those things. But in God's world, it's different. It's not like that. God is responsible for the results. We have to be faithful. We have to do the planting. We have to do the watering. The growth comes from God. And sometimes we'll see that growth. Sometimes we won't. Sometimes it manifests in our little area. Sometimes it doesn't. Listen, I got to be okay with planting seeds, watering seeds in people's lives, and maybe it's just for that moment, and then they go to another church, or they're in relationship with some other pastor, or who knows, but I had to do my planting and my watering. So be encouraged with that. We don't have to bear the burden of the results, okay? You just be faithful in the planting and the watering. All right, that's the devotional. Now, poor Emma's shaking, she's so cold. Now this is now the last stop on our gas station, convenience store tour series. We thought we had one more, but we don't. So this is the last one here. And what have we learned? Well, that there are some really bad spots for coffee here in Wareham, and some that are pretty good. I have high hopes for Circle K because it's got one of those machines. They're grinding the beans. It's usually really good. This is my 4th cup of coffee in like 45 minutes. Now, I don't recommend you do this. I am a professional, okay? So I understand how to make this happen. I can do it, and I'm a little jittery now, not from the cold, but from all the caffeine. All right, we're gonna give this a rating. This is Circle K. It's a Colombian dark roast. I always get dark roast. Here we go. It's okay. It's not as good as Nuria, but it's still okay. We're gonna go 6-7. 6-7. So you could do worse if you're here. When I drive to Nuria to get coffee, no, I just pull in here and get it. It's not that much worse than Nuria, but Nuria is better. So there you go, 6-7 on the Circle K coffee. Pretty good. That's the devotional. I'm Pastor Dave. We'll see you next time.